Hey, Stuart. Are you watching Real Housewives too? Can you hear me okay? Oh, thank you. I am working on my granny square. It will be my next sweater. So that's what I am working on. It's the third piece. I got this one and then one more to make. And I'll be able to seam them all together. Thanks. Oh, who doesn't like some yarn barf? Oh, that one was easy. Thank you. To, oh gosh, to knit or crochet with. It just depends on what you like. I don't think that there's like a specific one. It's your preference. So, I mean, there's so many different types of yarn, thick and thin, and then you have your wool and your cotton and your acrylic. And I think for me, it just depends on what project you're working or I'm making. So there really isn't a right one or a wrong yarn. Um, like I said, it just depends on what type of piece you're making or what type of project. I mean, majority of the time, let me lower my TV. Majority of the time, the pattern will tell you what type of yarn to use. But yeah, it just depends on what you want, what you're making. So my suggestion for like items that like hot pads or some summer type clothing is made with cotton because it absorbs well and retains the heat or moisture. So those are really good for like hot pads or certain tank tops, cozies, like cup cozies, and to keep that heat away from you. And then they have the different types, the different gauge yarns in the categories. So a thicker cotton would be better for your hot pads, your washcloths, your dish towels, stuff like that. Where the thinner cottons, like a category 3 DK weight, fingering weight, such like that would be better for like headbands, tank tops, and maybe like some more other accessories like chokers or something like that. And then acrylic, you could use acrylic for all those items as well, but I would be careful with it. Like I definitely wouldn't use acrylic for hot pads because acrylic does have plastic, so it can melt. Um, I wouldn't use acrylic for anything to do with heat, such as cup cozies or anything like that. You can, I mean, it would work. You can make the pattern with it, but for what it is meant for, I wouldn't want to use it. Like you wouldn't want to use an acrylic yarn for a washcloth, but a cotton would is more sturdy and would work a lot better. So as far as yarn, again, it just totally depends on what you are, I think, what you are making. Now, there's some people that absolutely will only work with one type. So they might only want to work with cottons or acrylics or wool or um, chunky yarn versus a category 4 or worst weight or a DK weight. You know, it just, it really is just your preference. And I think that that's what is so great about crocheting and knitting is that there's such a variety and so many things that you can do and use that, yeah, that you can have all of that. You can be picky or you can use every single one like I do. Yeah, that's an awesome question. Thank you. I think maybe like for a beginner, again, it would depend on what pattern they would want to start with. Some say that like the chunkier yarn, like the Burnett's, let me see, like this. I have some handy. I'm like surrounded by yarn, so I can literally just grab some. Ugh. Like this Burnett blanket yarn. Some people like to start working with this. I don't knit, so I'm not sure how great it is for knitting, but like I crochet, so for crocheting this is great because it is so thick, it works up really fast, so you'll be able to make something quicker. And for learning, some people like the chunkier yarn because you're able to see your stitches better or feel your stitches easier as opposed to a thinner yarn like, I don't have any DK weight. These are all category 4. So these are just like a normal, your normal everyday yarn category. But you can see it's much thinner than the chunky 5/6 bulky weight yarn. So for a beginner, it might be a little bit more difficult. For me, I prefer the category 4 for beginning. I think because with the thicker yarn and not having the correct tension yet with my stitches, it was a little bit more difficult because it was too loose. For some reason, mine was just too loose. So with it being that chunky and the stitches being so loose, it kind of like was like falling apart and all crazy. Sorry, that's my dog trying to break in. And she's like about to break in. She's getting the door open. Anyway, so for me, using the category 4 was easier, and I was able to maintain and learn my tension better with that. But yes, it is complete personal preference and whatever works best for you. I definitely would say try all different ones. Try the chunky yarn, try the thinner yarn, and see what you like best and what works best for you. Uh-oh, someone is not happy about bedtime. Oh, Papa. Oh, Lily, you want to come in? I'll let you in. Come on. Come on. Come on, get in here. You can come join us. Oh. Oh. So, but yeah, so this is my granny square. This is my one of the panels for the sweater, either front or back, or it could even be an arm, because the way that I'm working up my granny square sweater, there are actually 4, come here Lily, lay down, come lay down, lay down. They are actually 4 squares, and they're all 4 squares are exactly the same. So it's super easy, and these work up super fast. So that's like what I was saying in like my other reels, is that if you can make 4 granny squares, then you can make this sweater. And I hopefully will be able to get some more videos and tutorials done this weekend. We'll just have to see how much I can get accomplished with the kids. Lay down, Lila. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. You're good. You're good. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. So we'll see how much they allow me to get accomplished this weekend. But I hope to get at least 1 or 2 videos made. If nothing, maybe some shorter reels will work better. I don't know. We'll just have to see. You never know with these kiddos. But, yep. So, looks like we have a couple of people. And if you guys are working on something, please feel free to share. You're very welcome. Very informative answer. Probably a little bit more than what you were looking for, but there we go. She laid down finally. So what are you guys all watching? I don't know if I said it on YouTube, but I know I did on Facebook. I'm, well, attempting to. I'll have to rewatch it. My Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, part 1. It's one of my shows that I eventually get to catch up on. Never get to watch them when they actually air. But this one just aired, so I'm actually not too far behind. Usually I'm like binge watching a bunch of them because I missed them all. But I think I'm pretty much all caught up, which is pretty amazing. Ah. So yeah, if you guys are crocheting or knitting, I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. And if you're not share. This is just a working space. So, and if you have any other questions, please let me know. Or if you want to ask me questions about this, I'd be happy to answer. Oops. Oops. I'm going to change colors. So this is, been looking at all the different ways that you can change yarns, because I'm one of those crazy people that when I change, oh, and by the way, if you happen to have any of the Amazon gift card tins, they're amazing for using to hold your little things. I use mine to travel because I have like 5 bags that I use to take all my crochet bags, and it fits my little scissors and my needle and my stitch marker, and then I like stash all my little scraps in here until I can come home and put them in the pile of yarn worms. But yeah, so those are really handy. But yeah, I was looking at up different ways to change yarns because it always makes me nervous that like they're gonna poke out. And I mean, I end up just weaving all of mine in, so it's a little tedious, but I guess it's like a good thing as to where my OCD pops in, because I cannot for the life of me leave all my tails to the end. I like to work them and weave them in as I go, so I don't get too overwhelmed with all of it at one go. I used to think, oh, I'll do it all at the end and it'll just be like nice and I'll just sit there and weave in all the end. No, it is so not fun and just daunting, and I just hate the process. So it's too slow. I don't get enough gratification out of weaving ends in, I guess. So for me, I do them every time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, so I just changed colors right here. I went from the black row to the white row. And when I do that, you end up with a tail. So let me cut the black one. And like I said, there are many other ways of doing this, but this is the way that I feel most secure with doing it. So that way everything is knotted. The piece is not going to fall apart, come apart. So I cut the yarns. I have my 2 tails. This is what we call a tail. I'm going to like knot it 3 times here. And then I'm going to crochet over it. After I crochet over it, just with the 3 stitches, then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to weave them back through the stitches a couple, like 3 times. And then if there is any tail left over, I cut that little piece off. But that's how I weave in all my ends. And see, this is the back, so you can't even see them once they're all woven in. But that's just the way that I do it. Like I said, there's tons of other ways of doing it. And then they have that new yarn, that new granny square yarn, that you don't even need to cut your ends. It automatically changes colors for you. So that is fancy. But I haven't tried that yarn yet, so. But I have heard good things and I have seen some amazing pieces, but I just haven't done it yet. I really love my Lions brand yarn. It's my favorite to work with. The anti-pilling basic stitch. That's my baby. That's my go-to. I love their color choices. I love how it works up. I am not sponsored. They do not pay me. So that's just my honest opinion. Let's see, where are we at? See, I get so caught up in my oh, go on. Hi. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm weaving in my ends right now. Come on, little guy, get back in there. There we go. What you going to sleep? Mm. Hey guys. Oh, Miss Lisa. Okay, guys, I am going to go head off to cuddle with my kids in bed, and I will see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.